All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with part 2 of episode 8. This week we have a guest with us who is my stepdad. He's my mom's husband. His name is TJ Lawson. He's a Special Forces soldier from the 82nd Airborne. He's from Tennessee. North Carolina. He's from North Carolina, but he currently lives in Tennessee. We had to have him on the podcast because we have a small window of time where he's here. So we wanted to bring him on so we could, talk with him a little bit about some stuff. Eric, you got anything to say?
I'm interested.
Yeah, Eric, that's Eric.
You got me.
Bringing that content.
You guys are scary. Okay.
So, without further ado, let us introduce Mr. TJ Lawson.
Who stacked this week? All right.
Ba-dum. All right. This is the man.
Guys, if you ever seen a BSer, you're looking at him.
All right. So, take everything he says with a grain of salt. So, TJ, the way we like to start out our sections with our guests is we like to start out with the rapid fire 20 question segment.
Okay.
Maybe you'll be able to answer, maybe you won't, but they are coming at you fast. Eric, are you ready?
Fast and hard. Like Neil likes his men.
Fast and hard. All right, man, you're up. Whenever you're ready.
I'm starting?
You're starting.
All right. TJ, are you ready?
Yep.
All righty. Don't look up at me like that.
Okay.
Look straight ahead. You looked into my eyes.
As low as
Threw
I
me up.
am, I can't look up hell, I can't see.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Yep.
Here we go. How tall is your shortest dog?
6'2".
Are there trees in space?
Possibly.
I can't even read this. I wrote this question poorly. Is 2 divisible by 7?
I can't hear you. Say it.
Is 2 divisible by 7?
Only if you're in multiplication.
How many couches have you owned?
2.
What does Tennessee smell like?
Say that again.
What does Tennessee smell like?
Mountains.
Do you have $1,000 I could have?
What kind of wood is best for your outhouse?
Guys, let me help you out a little bit. I'm deaf and can't hear nothing. So what the hell y'all are saying, I'm not really sure of.
So,
Jesus,
say it louder.
You got
There you go.
rapid
There
fire
you go.
questions with a guy that's deaf?
Yeah, I thought you said my mother didn't drive a car. I didn't.
TJ, let me fix this for you. There's a show I watched. It's called Switch to Birth. I'm just gonna sign it to you. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hey, he answered. All right, we'll yell this at you. So
We got you.
I
We got you.
All right. Starting over.
Okay, let's start over.
Well, not from the beginning. I'm just starting from 4.
Gotcha,
That's where I was.
gotcha.
Okay. What kind of wood is best for outhouses?
Shit houses.
Do you like peanut butter?
Only if it's spreaded.
That's what she said. What was your first car?
35 Chevrolet Coupe.
Do you like hookers?
I've never had one.
Have you ever seen a demon?
6 ex-wives, I can pretty much say hell.
Whoa, whoa. Stop the question. Stop the question. Stop the question. Did you say 6?
6. The only person that knows me better than I do is my attorney.
Holy shit, I thought I was bad with 2. You got 6.
6.
How do you even have a shirt right now?
I don't, I just walk.
I said shirt, not car.
Oh, that's okay. At least you didn't say shit, I have to say that too. Go ahead.
Do you like peanut butter and hookers?
Well, you're going to spread one and hook the other one, I have no idea.
What's your favorite beer?
Bud Light.
Cars or trucks?
Trucks.
How many hats do you own?
How many hats? About 35.
Ever killed a man with a spoon?
Yes.
We'll be diving into that one later.
You don't want to really know.
You must be a terrible cook.
He tried to serve me spaghetti and I didn't know what it was.
Have these noodles. No. Do you like llamas?
Llamas? The big,
Yeah.
I don't know, I never met one.
What's your favorite pizza?
Combination.
Okay.
How fast do you like to go?
Boo. Boo, boo, boo.
I was like, what?
Pardon, when you drive what I do, it just goes boo, boo. It don't make a damn how fast it goes. It just runs.
And the last question is, how many sticks of butter have you eaten?
2 full sticks, but that was in a beer drinking contest.
Okay, all right. Very nice, very nice. He kept up and he did well. He even stopped our questions at a certain point.
To inform us that he couldn't hear him.
Yeah. A, that we can't hear him. B, that's 6 ex-wives.
Yeah, I want to get back on this 6 wives thing.
Let me ask you.
After 2, why do you go for 3? And then 4?
3.
Yeah.
Well, it all depends. Variety is the spice of life. It just bites you in the butt at the end of it.
I guess that is the case.
Yeah. Now, can I ask y'all a question?
Sure.
Okay. How many of you jumped out of airplanes?
I have.
I have
Once.
You have one?
Yes.
Okay.
not. I have not.
Eric, you
No.
have?
I have a fear
Would
of
you like
heights.
to?
Yeah, if I got stage 5 cancer, I'm jumping out of an airplane.
Stage 5 cancer don't have nothing to do with it.
No, that's what it has to do with.
That's what it has to do with you.
Yeah, that's my bucket list. The end of my bucket list, and hey, guess what? I don't have a chute on.
You're waiting quite a while.
Yeah.
Stage 5. I mean,
Yeah,
fuck.
stage 5, I'm almost dead already.
Exactly.
Because I thought there might be a miracle.
They're just gonna have to throw you out of the plane.
Yeah, I was hoping for a miracle. It didn't happen, so they're just gonna have to throw it in my.
Yeah, but see, at stage 5, you can't see where you're gonna land.
That's the point.
I don't blame you a bit. I wouldn't want to either look.
That's the point.
That's the only time I might hit a parachute.
That's the only time when you heard the old saying, bend over very slowly
Yeah,
and kiss your butt goodbye.
that's true. Well, I heard.
In my case, as chubby as I am, I just get to kiss an ankle and say, ho, ho, ho.
I, make
Ho, ho, ho.
I don't even make it to my knee. That's what happens when you're a big boy. You stop at your belly button.
But you know, I know that you guys do a lot of different things. And I know that you like to sing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about you, Eric, but I could clean up a whole bar in just a matter of a few
I
nights.
sing, it's just not good.
Well, mine ain't even compared to that. I've passed the point, but I would like to tell you guys a story.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Give it to us. What's up?
Now, what I'm about to tell you is a true story. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Raised in North Carolina, things are kind of a little bit here and there, but I had a sister, my older sister called me one time and said my baby sister had come out of the closet. At that time, I was in Germany. I didn't know what the hell she was in the closet for. And I kept saying, Susie, what you got Robin in the closet for? She said, don't you understand she's come out of the closet? I said, I understand that, but what the hell is she in the closet to start with?
Right.
She said, well, use your imagination. That's like asking a monkey to ask you to find a banana tree for me. I said, oh, so you're saying that my sister's gay? She said, yeah. I said, is she okay? She said, yeah. I said, that's fine. So this went on for years, and my father, who was a hard-working man, we always spent Saturday night at his house and went to church all together on Sunday morning. And one night, we spent the night over there, and Dad started developing Alzheimer's. And he seen Robin's partner sitting there, and he said, who are you? He said, she said, I'm your sister's better half. Dad looked at her and said, what's half? She said, well, we're lifetime partners. He said, okay, what's that mean? She said, we do everything together. So Dad looked at me and said, what the hell is she talking about? I said, well, she's talking about, just drop the subject, Dad, don't even get into it. So he must have thought about it all Saturday night.
Yeah.
We went to church on Sunday morning, and we sat in the second row back from the choir. My mother-in-law was in the choir, my stepmother, I should say. My mother was at the end of the counter, at the end of the pew. I was on the other end of the pew with Dad sitting beside of me, and My sister and her husband, my oldest sister, were sitting there next to them, and then Robin and Janet were sitting there. And the Reverend, you're gonna love it, his name's Dickie Goads. Reverend Dickie.
Reverend Dickie.
Yeah.
Dickie goes.
Reverend Dickie stood up in the pulpit.
Excuse me, Pastor Dickie.
Amen.
I need some advice.
Said, does anybody here have a testimony? My dad stood up. I thought, what the hell is he gonna testify about? This little small conventually Southern Baptist church, there was probably 70 people there. Dad stood up and said, Reverend Dickie, said, I got to confess that I'm a lesbian. I looked up and thought, what the hell did my dad just say? You could have heard a pin drop.
He confessed to being a lesbian.
A lesbian. I said, I'm pulling on this pants. I said, Dad, sit the hell down. Shut up. Don't talk no more. Don't say nothing else. He said, son, I got to clear my conscience with God. I'm a lesbian. I said, don't say that again, please. His sister sitting in front of me. She said, what the hell did your dad just say? I said, Aunt Gladys, just drop it. My sister and her friend is slowly sliding down the pew. My other sister, which ain't got good sense to start with, said, tell it like it is, Daddy, tell it like it is. And I looked at him and I said, Dad, bend down here for a minute. You ain't telling the whole thing. He said, what is it? I said, you're not a lesbian. I said, you're a whoremonger. You chase women.
You're a whoremonger. Let's throw that at Pops while we're in
There
church.
you go. He stood up, he said, excuse me, Lord. Excuse me, Reverend Dickie. I ain't a lesbian, I'm a whoremonger. I said, son of a bitch, I can't believe he said that one too. Reverend Dickie looked at him and Daddy said, don't look bad, Dickie, you the same as I am. And I thought, oh, man.
Well, they're airing out the preacher.
And this is a church. So finally I said, do you think it's time for you to sit down and stop your testimony? He said, well, son, am I right with the Lord? I said, I don't know if you're right with the Lord or not, but you sure screwed everybody else in the choir today.
The whoremonger got to the choir.
Now, guys, I can add a little bit to this if you want to. After church service, we all went to this little community restaurant.
Good Lord.
It's called the Mayflower. And as we walk in the door, my sister, the one that ain't got good sense, said, Dad needs to go to the bathroom. Would you take him to the bathroom? I said, no problem. I'll take him to the bathroom. I was already worried about whatever he's already said. And everybody in my hometown, it's a little bitty town. Everybody knows everybody. We go back to the bathroom and they got the little petitions up between each stall. So I do my number. I figure Dad's doing his number. Go over there and wash my hands. Walk out of, and I'd be damned if all the way to the back is where my family is sitting. And we're walking towards him and my sister's doing this number. I'm like, what? She said, look, look. I said, what? I get 5 foot from, she said, Daddy's tallywhackers hanging out. I said, Dad, the horse is out the barn. He said, I've told that damn stupid thing to stay in there. And guys, let me tell you, Christianity is a good thing in the world, but there's a place and time for everything.
I heard that.
Don't look at me that way, Earl.
Hey, I haven't. That
We
happens.
don't have to worry about Eric.
That happens. Don't worry about it. My dad hates this story, but I tell it just because he hates it. My dad used to work, 16, 17-hour days, and he'd come up. This is after my mom had left or whatever. So it's just us dudes. So he'd get home and it'd be 8 o'clock at night. And he'd strip down in his underwear, eat dinner, and watch TV, and go to bed. So he's sitting on the couch in his chonies, and I walk by because I gotta get to the kitchen, So I'm walking by, and as I walk by, my dad's just chilling on the couch, like normal. And I'm like, I walk by and I'm like, I take a double take. I'm like, what the fuck? And I look around. Basically, my dad's chonies are just a waistband. I mean, it's just balls and dangle. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck, Dad? I mean, come on, really? He's like, what? And I go, you got a hole in your underwear. It's like you have, a hole for third legs or whatever. He's like, holy shit, I didn't even know. I'm like, how do you not fucking know your shit's out? I don't know. I mean, it's summertime. The shit's dangling on the floor. It's, I'm like, come on.
You got the loose balls.
Yeah, you got the long balls. Yeah, throw more in my shoulder. Don't worry, I got it.
There you go.
The kind where you stand up out of bed and they're still laying on the bed.
Yeah, I think that's a man thing, where you get to a point where you just don't give a fuck anymore.
Well, I don't know if it's whether you really care or not. It's just you can't remember what you did before.
That's probably true. You come home just dead tired. Or if you have Alzheimer's.
Or that, or either that you laid somebody and forgot where you laid them.
Either that.
Was that 3, 4, or 5, or 6?
Okay.
I guess his dad with Alzheimer's wasn't that bad. He just played it off. He's like, this is my free pass to do all the shit I've been wanting to do my whole life. I'm gonna walk around with my dick out. I'm gonna talk shit to the preacher. I'm gonna call myself a lesbian. I can identify though.
Well, if you're going to identify with that, I'm sure you're going to make love to all the 7 angels, virgin angels in heaven. That's what my dad thought. I think that's why they buried him face down.
That was just so they had a place to park their bike.
Guys, thank y'all so much for having me on as a special guest. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I am supposed to ask you about the bull.
The what?
Michelle told me that I need to ask you about the bull story.
Oh my God.
So
Well, let me tell you, growing up on a farm, my granddad was tongue-tied and hair-lipped.
Oh shit, that's horrible.
And no disrespect to anybody, but goddamn, when he talked to you, you couldn't understand a fucking thing he said. And so he bought a new bull to use in the field. And he told me, he said, now goddamn boy, don't you mess with my bull. Leave my bull alone. I said, okay. So him and Grandma went into town. And I got thinking about that bull, so I hollered across the holler to my best friend and told him to come over. And we was gonna play with the bull. Well, we hooked the bull up with mule harnesses, which was hell to start with. I gotta tell you, that bull did not like that yoke collar at all.
Okay.
But we got him hooked up and hooked to what we call a tobacco slide. And my buddy got in the back of it. And he said, how do we make him go? I said, hit the harnesses. Hit the harnesses, nothing happened. I said, I got a deal for this. I went in the tool shed and come out one of them electric Pradas that you hit and go ring-a-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding. Ring-a-ding-ding-ding-ding. He said, what are you gonna do? I said, when I hit this thing and hit him on the testicles, hold on to them rings. I said, and hold him up long enough so I can get in the back. He said, okay, I got everything under control. Jerry's leaning back in the sled with the, and I'm going ring ding 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 ring ding. I slapped that bull on the testicles and that son of a bitch shot out like a rocket. I had my leg in there, but I never got it in the sled. He took off down through the pasture, run into a poplar tree, threw Jerry up in the tree, broke his arm and his leg, and it killed the bull. He killed himself. He committed suicide. So whenever Granddad and
Fuck
came
that,
home,
that ain't never happened again.
when Granddad and Grandma came home, they said, what you been doing? And I said, I just been sitting here watching the sky. And they looked over at Jerry, and Jerry's wrapped up, held his foot on a cast, his arm in a cast up over the back of his head, 'cause it screwed him up when he hit that poplar tree. And
Sure it did.
Granddad looked at me and said, boy, what's wrong with him? I said, he had an accident. He said, what kind of accident? I said, well, Grandpa, I said, he just, you know them black people that live down the street? He said, yeah, what about them? I said, they tried to steal your bull. And they hooked him to a back slide and took him down to the field. I said, and Jerry run after him, trying to keep up with him. And the bull run head on to a poplar tree. He said, well, what happened? I said, the bull's dead. He said, what's wrong with him? I said, he was in the slide. I couldn't hold him back. The moral of the story is, don't never hit a bull with electric prod. He just goes ape shit.
It seems like it could be anything in the nuts with an electric rod. They gonna go ape shit.
It does move kind of fast.
I'm sure it does.
Eric, do you have anything to add to that? You ever been hit by a prod?
I was taking some knees to the balls. I mean, that hurt pretty bad. I didn't die, I just had some tears in my eyes.
I didn't die. You didn't run head first into a tree.
I had 6 ex-wives did the same thing to me. It does bring tears.
Brings tears, makes your wallet smaller.
I didn't know I could sing soprano until I was 16 years old.
That's true. That's true for every guy.
Okay.
Thank you, beer girl.
Do we have time for another story?
We do.
All right.
We do.
I'm going to tell you about Hoppy the Easter Rabbit.
Hoppy.
That's a good story because Hoppy was a 7-foot Easter rabbit. And
A
when I was
7-foot Easter rabbit?
When I was in the military, I was 82nd Airborne and 5th Special Forces. And I got shot in friendly fire, so I got put out for about 120 days like a recuperate.
Did you
During
kick
that
that guy's
time, I
ass?
made friends with the guy that owned a retail store called Clark's Department Store. And Bill Freeman come to me one day and he said, Tom, I got a question to ask you. I said, what's that? He said, you did jump out of airplanes, didn't you? I said, yeah. He said, could you rappel out of a helicopter? I said, yeah, I don't see a problem with that. He said, well, we got a big Easter thing coming up, and we're gonna advertise it on TV and everything. I want you to rappel out of the helicopter, and when you land, take those plastic eggs that you got on your back and give them to the kids. I said, what's it pay? He said, how much do you need? I said, you want me to take my ass out of a helicopter? How far down? He said, 250 feet. I said, it's gonna cost you $500. He said, okay, I'll do it. I thought, man, he agreed too easy to that. So, come that day, come that day, I get dressed in Hoppy the Easter Rabbit 7-foot outfit. Big old mache paper head on me.
That must have been horrifying.
That ain't nothing, man. You get up 250 feet in a helicopter and you gotta rappel down that rope. You got a 250-foot rope. No problem.
Yeah.
My problem was that the damn helicopter hit an air pocket. Went up 75 feet. That tells you that Hoppy didn't have enough rope. Hoppy busted his gluteus maximus on the asphalt in front of about 350 kids. One lady holding an 8mm camera said, I missed it. Can you do that again? I said, can you take this cotton out of my ass and I'll let you do it. Guys, I could go on and on about stories.
Story.
First of all, I'd like to thank you for letting me be part of this. It's been fantastic. I got the greatest son-in-law in the world.
Thank you, sir.
Who is
He's
he?
got a hell of a friend right here, and everybody
Oh,
else
you mean
is
him?
involved. If I thought it was gonna be this much fun, hell, I'd have moved to
I
Arizona.
thought you had another brother.
The
Fuck you,
the Hoppy Easter Rabbit job is still open, Eric. You're welcome to it.
There better be a giant helicopter. I'm a little heavier than the old Hoppy.
Hoppy don't mind.
Could have needed Chinook for that.
I don't need 2 planes carrying 1 rope.
Hit a fucking osprey.
You ain't much lighter, motherfucker.
I don't disagree.
Any other questions you guys want to ask me?
How long were you in the military?
And when?
Huh?
How long and when?
Yeah.
How long am I in?
How long and when were you in the military?
22 years, 6 months, and 15 days.
Right on.
Oh, a life.
What years? Like,
Well, back in, we didn't keep up with years, we just kept up with the days.
okay. It's Monday. I think I've been in motherfucking 18 years now.
64 to 87, and
Okay.
I spent 15 years with 5th Special Forces, 7 years with Army recruiting as a recruiter out of Los Angeles, California. I covered the 3 studio lots, not to put stars in, but people that worked in the background. And I was extremely lucky with it. Got to meet a lot of stars and stuff. You show up on a movie set with a set of dress blues on and a green beret and highly shined boots with all your letters on your chest, they want to know who you are.
Yeah.
As long as you're just down to earth, they're down to earth. I mean, as long as you ain't asking for an autograph or picture, they're fantastic.
Right on.
I met Paul Walker. One of the ladies asked me earlier about that, and I met him when he was 5 years old doing commercials for Catalog Cornflakes.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. I didn't shit, he was just eating them.
Just eating the cornflakes.
Ate the cornflakes.
I would imagine they didn't do ads where like
I didn't
shake
ask
some
you, look.
cornflakes.
That's awesome.
But, you know, that was a good life. I didn't even know what pizza and spaghetti was till I went into service. Raised on a tobacco farm in North Carolina. We didn't have much, so first time I ever had pizza and spaghetti was in the military.
Oh, really?
The cook tried to serve me spaghetti. I put him halfway across the line, threatened to beat him to death. I was gonna kill him. He said, "What is wrong with you, redneck?" I said, if I wanted worms, I could go out and dig them and fish." But years later, when everything got going, we had a good time, and I've had a great life. I'm married to a beautiful, fantastic woman.
That's my mom.
She knows that, but she don't say it real loud.
Somebody's trying to get laid tonight.
But no, I am a lucky
It
man.
still works, huh?
71 years old, lived a full life, had a great life. And that lady just makes it that much more fuller. Take care. All I can say to all of you, God bless and enjoy life.
I'll tell you what, TJ, thank you for your service,
It's my
sir.
pleasure.
Thank you for coming on the
Eric,
show
thank
with us
you.
tonight.
We appreciate you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Big Boys and Beer. We're on YouTube. We're working on getting on iTunes, Spotify,